Hello and welcome back to Fancy Duck. I'm Shaun.
And I'm Tyler.
And today we're going to be watching Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 3, The Sin. But first, let's talk about last episode. What happened, Tyler?
In episode 2, it was all about the egg, or the Zuka, I think they called it.
In Jawanese?
Yeah, Jawanese. Yeah.
I don't think that's actually what it's called, but it was more of a side quest episode. We're still kind of trying to figure out what Baby Yoda's, whole identity is. We don't even know what the Mandalorian is thinking about.
Yeah.
Is he still in it for the Beskar? Does he think he'll get more Beskar if he keeps it alive?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, it could go either way. I've been thinking about it like ever since we watched episode 2, and it could go either way. I mean, he could have complete ulterior motives. I know I mentioned like it could be a father-son thing.
Yep.
But
well, I mean, so Baby Yoda saved his life. It seems like there's a bond forming. And I think that's what that episode was all about. The realization to each other that they're looking out for each other. So we saw Mandalorian defend Baby Yoda twice now, and now we've seen Baby Yoda, saved the Mandalorian as well. The question is, what means more? Is it the Beskar armor, or is it this bond with this child that saved his life?
Mandalorian culture in general, Beskar is really important to their culture. Is basically indestructible, and it's basically their soul. Really good episode. I'm excited for this next one. I think I made a prediction about him going back to the headquarters of the bounty hunters place.
The guild, back to the guild with Grief Karga.
Exactly. I think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to go how he wants.
Okay. Wait. Are you saying Grief Karga is going to jump him to try to take the bounty?
I don't know that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that, but I think that he's going to come, I think the choice between the Beskar and the child is going to happen. I could be wrong. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is if you're not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button, comment, tell me what you think about my theories about Star Wars.
Nice.
So on that note, let's get fancy.
Hey everyone, and on a side note, I just wanted to announce Shaun and I have joined together in a weight loss challenge. We wanted to share this with you guys so you could see where we end up and, get on us if we're not sticking to things. So just wanted to share that, and let's get back into it. Razor Crest.
Oh, where are we?
Where's Baby?
Oh, he was just sleeping. How long do you think it took to clean his armor after that mud fight?
Well, I mean, with a hose, probably not too long.
Mando.
Grief Karga.
Wonderful news. Upon your return, deliver the quarry directly to the client. He's very antsy. Safe passage.
That little ball.
Right? Don't eat that.
It's not a toy.
Damn, I was close.
Star Wars and their fathers and sons.
Right? Makes you wonder if George Lucas had daddy issues. It's such a great scene.
Yeah.
It's really well done background. Holy shit.
I guess a shipyard.
That R4 unit looked like it had a bad motivator.
Oh, you're talking about R5?
Was that an R5? I actually
don't know.
don't remember.
I could be wrong.
Knock, knock, bitch.
Eyeball.
Got you a pinky.
Got you a binky. This poor baby has no idea.
The baby really doesn't want to go in there, I feel like.
Ooh.
At 2, Mandalorian?
He can sense something's wrong.
Yeah.
You take it easy.
Oh. Smack the shit out of that stormtrooper.
He must know he can get his butt whooped.
Yes.
How does that work? What does it correspond with?
Your reputation was not unwarranted.
God, I love that guy.
How many fobs did you give out?
I had to ensure its delivery.
That is a lot of Beskar.
That is some armor right there. Can make a new chest plate with all that.
Make a new whole set of armor.
Large bounty.
Poor baby.
Ah,
What are your plans for it?
How uncharacteristic. Is it not the code of the guild that these events are now forgotten?
did not like that
Beskar
question.
is enough to make a handsome replacement for your armor.
Take the Beskar, make the armor, go get Baby Yoda back with your new armor.
The sin. Turning a lot of heads with that.
Right? Seriously. Damn.
That emblem's the mythosaur skull, right?
I do believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at all these, like a bunch of
Right? They're like,
This
Bunch of
amount can be
pigeons.
shaped many ways.
My armor has lost its integrity. I may need to begin again.
I must warn you, it will draw many eyes.
it already has.
These were cast in an Imperial smelter. These are the spoils of the Great Purge. Now we live in the shadows and only come above ground one at a time.
Is that John? That might be John Favreau.
I recognize the voice, so probably. Oh. Fight, 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 fight.
Fellas, settle down.
The Empire is no longer, and the Beskar has returned. Have you ever removed your helmet?
No,
Has it ever been removed by others?
never.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way it's got to be.
This is the way.
What caused this damage?
Big ass rhino.
You have earned the Mudhorn as your signet.
There you go.
I shall craft it.
New
Hell
signet
yeah.
for Mando.
Can't accept. It wasn't a noble kill. Helped by an enemy.
Why would an enemy help you in battle?
It did not know it was my enemy.
Since you forego a signet, whistling birds.
Whistling birds will do well. Reserve some for the foundlings.
The foundlings are the future. This is the way.
This is the way.
Such a cool forge scene.
Yeah, seriously.
This lady's such a cool character. The armorer.
Use them
Yes.
sparingly, for they are
Whistling birds. Turning into Space Batman. So these are flashbacks.
Right? I do want to explore more of his history.
Oh, all the droids.
I kind of like the
That was
flashback
cool.
scenes. Like, it's like imbuing his trauma into the armor.
Told you, no pucks for you. Now get out of here.
How's he looking?
Ooh, spicy.
It's a nice set of armor.
Oh yeah.
He's just turning heads everywhere he goes. Who's this
Right?
guy?
Ah, Mando. They all hate you, man. Because you're a legend.
I love this guy. Mando!
But not one of them closed the deal. Only you, Mando. Only you. Sit, my friend. I celebrate your success because it is my success as well. Even I'm rich. Now, how can I show my gratitude to my most valuable partner? I'll take you to the Twilight healing baths.
I want my next job.
Deal.
Sure, fine.
The further the better.
I'll take your pick. You've earned it. Looks like you're headed to the ocean dunes of Karnak.
It's a trap.
Any idea what they're gonna do with it?
With what?
The kid.
Sticking his nose in
I
things.
didn't ask. It's against the guild code. The Empire is gone, Mando. All that are left are mercenaries and warlords. But if it bothers you, and report them to the New Republic.
That's a joke.
Buy a camp to know of spice. You will have forgotten all about it.
Go take some drugs.
Right? Can't believe he's just leaving Baby Yoda.
Oh, the ball.
Oh, the memory.
It's actually real sad because, like, you're like,
Right.
the thing that screwed this off is probably about to die.
Yeah. I can't help but think that there are too many threads on that rod for that small.
Yeah,
of a
for
ball.
the doesn't seem like the OEM ball.
Right? Oh shit. We're going back though.
Going back. I mean, your prediction was kind of spot on.
It seemed pretty linear.
Yeah.
I was like,
But does he? Bunch of junk. God, there's so much small detail in these, though.
It's so interesting to like, you're feeling the emotion that he's feeling, but you can't see it on his face. So it just makes you wonder so much.
And be done with it.
Just a heartless, brutal old man.
Whoa.
Well, now you see the design flaw.
Check the perimeter.
Reminds me of those 007 proximity mines.
Yeah, definitely.
He's about to kick some ass.
Oh yeah.
Such an awesome shot.
He's taking the stealth route.
Get over
That's
here.
badass. I do love their representation of vibranium. So good.
Please don't hurt him. It's just a child.
He seems to actually care.
Yeah, he's concerned about the baby.
Right?
What did you do to it?
I protected him. If it wasn't for me, he would already be dead. Please.
And he's gone.
Oh boy, left a puddle underneath him.
Yeah, now he's got cargo.
A little harder to sneak around with the baby in your arms.
Takes a little more strategy.
Oh, nice.
That trusty trident. Or no, pitchfork.
Trusty flamethrower.
That poor baby, exposed to so much.
No, but he saw he was saving him.
Oh,
Wait.
it's a tough
What I'm
predicament
holding is
there.
very valuable. Here.
Now turn and face me.
That row. There's that new weapon.
Whistling birds.
Oh yeah. Quite the whistle.
It reminds me of those little like mosquito, the wicked skeeter, I think it's called, firework. Oh, all the fobs going off.
Yep.
So Grief Karga knows something's up. That ain't good.
Target on your back, Mando.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Mando.
Step aside. I'm going to my ship.
You put the bounty down, and perhaps I'll let you pass.
The kid's coming with me.
Put it on the speeder, and we'll discuss terms.
Nope.
How do I know I can trust you?
Because I'm your only hope.
Okay. It's a quick draw.
Quick draw, good shot.
Try!
Okay.
Okay. Taken out anyway. A lot of guns pointed in the same spot. Splot.
Oh.
Just
God, that thing
vaporizing
just
people.
disintegrates people.
The ammo must be rare.
That's one impressive weapon.
Hey. Last resort.
Oh, out of fuel.
It's looking grim.
Right. Come on, baby, do something. Save the day.
Baby didn't do that.
There's more than one Mandalorian, isn't there?
This is that brotherhood.
just 20 minutes ago they were fighting each other.
Yeah.
Now that's a weapon.
This is the way.
This is the way.
It must be hard to run in that armor.
Yeah, seriously, right?
Hold it, Mando.
You two-timing.
You broke the code.
Grief Karga.
He's not dead. I think Mando shot him there on purpose.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this is cool. And now they're buddies.
Right?
I gotta get one of those.
And they're off.
Boom. Home free.
All right, guys, that was episode 3 of The Mandalorian, season 1, episode 3. I believe it was called The Sin. What'd you think, Sean?
I thought, again, really well done episode.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought to myself, spot on prediction, Sean. Wow.
You did nail it.
I did kind of nail it. I mean, it was a pretty, guessable plot line that was going to happen there.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have squeezed something in before that, but damn, I guess that pretty spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was I was impressed. When you said it, I was like, okay.
people in the chat, people in the comments are gonna think that I like cheated and he's already watched this.
He's looking ahead.
No, I mean, if you think about it, like it was a pretty basic plot line that the story arc. They could have fit another small side story in maybe. But it wouldn't have made sense. I think the right idea was to go back, do this, have him make that decision. Mm-hmm. I am glad that he chose the Beskar and then got the kid though, because that's pretty cool.
He needed that Beskar.
We got to see the badass armor. So I'm glad I was kind of wrong about that. Yeah. But the fighting scenes were great. It was action packed, but also had that stealth mode. Mm-hmm. During some of it, I enjoyed this episode.
Whenever I see stealth modes like that, I always think of like the old Splinter Cell games.
Yes, yeah,
very Splinter Cell.
I have not played those in so many years.
Those are great. Geez.
Oh yeah, they were
Tom
wonderful.
Clancy. So what happened today or in this episode? So it was all pretty much on that same planet, right? Mm-hmm. He arrives, meets Grief Karga. Yep. Turning a lot of heads this episode.
Oh yeah. Everybody was after him.
He's definitely established himself as he's getting a bit of a reputation. I don't know what kind of reputation he had specifically before, but he's definitely putting himself.
Well, I definitely think that the Mandalorians in general have a specific reputation.
True.
So for him, he already brings that to the table.
But he was even turning Mandalorian heads.
That's where I was going with that. It definitely really stepped up when the Mandalorians themselves we're like, oh snap.
Yeah. So our guy has got it going. Mm-hmm. He's got things going. He's going in the right direction. He's standing out. He now has full responsibility of this child now. Mm-hmm. He's broken all the rules. He's given a finger to the guild, saved by his Mandalorian brothers, all to save this, what's kind of obviously a special child, right? They're going through so much trouble to retrieve him, so much death and destruction and money on the line, huge value in Beskar. Something's up with this child that saved his life. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely motivated to figure out why this child's so special. What makes this kid so valuable? And he's a new ally.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, and I'm sure, I'm sure it's not so far removed from the old Republic days that people don't remember Yoda, because Yoda was around for 900 years.
There's
Like,
got to be legends.
so
of him.
so yeah. I mean, even if like the Jedi Temple was taken over and destroyed, and the Empire proceeded with a propaganda campaign,
Mhm.
I'm sure that there are still people throughout the galaxy who know who Yoda is. So
Yeah.
and to know that there's really, I mean, there might be a couple at a time, because like, there has to be some sort of overlap, because they said this baby is 50 years old. Yoda only died, what, 10 years before this? Something like that. So maybe a little
I'm
bit
not
more.
sure. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a timeline. So I read a lot, or have read a lot of the books. I looked in a timeline of the newer Disney books, and each one has like where each book takes place, and like it
Okay.
even has where the movies are in the timeline.
Oh,
And
cool.
Mandalorian, I know, is 9 years after the Battle of Yavin, and I'm pretty sure that that's like a year after Yoda died. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it might be a couple years. So we're about a decade removed from
Give and
Yoda
take
dying.
10 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So in that time frame.
It also makes me wonder, did Yoda know about this baby? What is the connection from Yoda and this child? Are they related? Yeah,
because the only other known person, or not person, but I guess person of this species and race is Yaddle. Is that right?
Yeah, Yaddle from the Old Republic. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic series.
And I think all we see of that is just her walking out of a room, right?
I mean, she plays a part on the council in I think it's Knights of the Old Republic 1. Before you know that you're Darth Revan, and she's part of the council, and you end up like,
Yeah, I was probably too young to pick up on that detail.
It's okay. But she has I'm pretty sure it's a she.
Yaddle? Yeah.
I always assumed that it was a she. She did play a larger role than just standing there in that game.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool. So yeah, there's when this first came out, there were questions of, hey, is this is this the offspring of Yoda? And I still don't know.
We don't know anything about this race.
Right.
We don't know where they're from. We don't know how they procreate. We know that every single one that we've known of has been a strong Force user. We know that they live long, that they're powerful, but
yeah,
other than that, it's a guess. We don't even know the race's name. Like,
yeah.
They just come to being.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah. It's a Yoda.
Yeah, or a baby Yoda.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Seriously. But
so very cool. The Brotherhood coming in to save the day. Awesome action. Mm-hmm. This show is full of so many great action scenes.
Oh yeah.
So kind of it's kind of there's not a ton of dialogue to this show. There's a lot of like quiet walking around, and then there's some really impactful dialogue, and then some awesome music and some quiet walking around. That's how you know the music is good, because it's carrying half the show.
For sure. It's almost better that there's almost no dialogue, because we can fill in the gaps with our imagination and kind of like fill in the blanks. It's great. I love it. It also, again, makes you want more. It's wild. It's wild how well they did with this series so far.
It's Dave Filoni, man. Well, it is Dave Filoni, but what I meant to say is it's Jon Favreau. That dude knows how to make a story. I don't like, he knows how to get people hooked in. He knows how to build. He knows how to develop characters and develop plots. It's so good. And I don't know how much of it is Dave Filoni, how much of it is Jon Favreau, but I do know everything that both of those guys touch is gold. So I love the partnering. So I mentioned during the episode, did you know how they filmed some of their stuff? So instead of like a green screen or a blue screen background, and they document this, they have this as a documentary on Disney Plus. I forget the name of it, but it's an easy search. But I think it's I don't know if Jon Favreau invented it or if he was just the first to really implement it, but it's something I guess he did on A Bug's Life, where it's this LCD dome that you're inside of.
Oh,
That's why like all the reflections on the helmet are perfect, because they're actually, it's a dome that they're inside of filming. So part of it is, real life, and instead of a green screen backdrop, it's this real dome, and they're just filming live. So you're getting like,
that's interesting. That's really, I would have never guessed that.
So they were going into it in the documentary, and I don't want to tell the whole documentary, but it lets them keep the natural coloring and on reflections and things like that so much better, because they don't have to take away the green light from the reflection and then have to like artificially reimpose afterwards. Right. So it's this new technique. I don't know. Well, I guess it's not new now, but 5 years ago, whatever, I think is when it was new. Honestly, no idea when it was, but I know it's what they do.
We could be lying this entire time.
No. Because there was a documentary. All right.
I believe you. I believe you. But it sounds really interesting.
It's cool. You should definitely watch it. And that's Jon Favreau, man. I love that guy. But if you look, I don't know if you saw here, but this was directed by Deborah Chow. So there's a lot of different directors that direct on this show, and they also have a documentary on that too. So there's a lot of really cool extra content that you can get into.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, anything else of note on this episode? Did we meet anyone? Did anyone disappear from us? Did anyone die?
I mean,
a whole lot of stormtroopers.
Lots of people died. Let's be real.
Bounty hunters. Any people that matter died.
I think we did get to see more into the Mandalorian culture. Yep. I think that was a really big takeaway from here. Yep. If people don't know, fighting is basically the Mandalorian culture. So those two having that spat and literally, and fighting right then and there, the reason why nobody stopped it.
Everyone was very comfortable.
That's just what they do. That's how they solve their problems. It's great. It's great. And it's great to see, like, I really like how they're portraying the Mandalorians here. So
and it's all about.
I was going to say they're one of the best like character cultures in the game. In the entire expanded universe, I guess you would call it.
It is kind of like a game. I mean, there's all these side quests, but I love it. It's all about their creed. It's all about what they believe in. And in trying times like they've been going through, you would imagine that they would have to hold on strongly to something like that to keep them together, and to all be working towards a common goal and recovery. But what do you think's going through their mind right now? Are they just trying to, like, Mandalore's gone? How long has it been since the fall of Mandalore for them?
I mean, it's been a while, and then the Empire strip mined it.
Yeah.
So like that's where all the Beskar went, basically. I don't know exactly how many years it's been, but enough that the plan, I'm sure they could potentially live there, but there's not much. There was not.
Well,
much left of it.
I'm just wondering what their plan is as a race. Are they a race? They're not a race. They're a creed.
I mean, sort of a race, not really.
Because it can be. It doesn't matter what race you are. Anyone can be Mandalorian.
Exactly. As long as you swear fealty to Mandalore and the Mando, you can be Mandalorian. Which is, I was gonna bring this up at some point, but the armor asked, "Have you ever taken off your helmet?" He said no. It's like, well, you weren't born with a helmet, except you were born into Mandalorian culture with the helmet.
Yeah. So you can be a foundling, which is like what our Mandalorian is. We haven't caught his name yet, have we?
Nope.
Okay, so
Still don't know his name.
So you can be a foundling, and then I would imagine you don't get helmeted right away. You probably have to go to class, like religion class,
Well, I
and
don't
learn
think
the
it's
Mandalorian
more.
way.
I think you fight for it. If you prove yourself to be a
Oh.
good warrior, that's
Okay.
then you earn your Beskar.
Okay.
And your Beskar is your soul.
So not everyone on Mandalore was armored, was a soldier.
I think when Mandalore was at its peak, I think everybody at some point would need, would don the armor, man, woman, child,
or else they or death.
Or yeah.
Is that just kind of that's just cold is what it is.
It's just
hardcore.
Mandalorians accepted people in, but only if they were strong enough to prove that they were Mandalorian.
But
yeah,
do Mandalorians procreate?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's got to be some serious maternity leave. Like, how much of a reprieve? And I know you don't have an answer for this. How much of a reprieve would a mother Mandalorian have for raising those kids?
I think a strong, proud Mandalorian mother would be back to work and wearing the armor the next day.
But do your kids never see? Like, do your kids never see their parents' face?
No. Well, you take your back on Mandalore. You would take your armor off to do your day-to-day tasks, but the armor you wear towards outsiders because you want to keep that mythos behind you. Like a lot of their riches also came from bounty hunting and what's the word that I'm looking for when you hired soldiers?
Mercenary.
Thank you. Yeah. So whoever paid the most, they would go there in their armor and do their thing.
Gotcha.
But on the actual on their actual home, I'm sure they just took it off and lounged around. Well, didn't lounge, but
maybe you might have a bunch of people like screaming at you, like, you idiot.
I want to say that. It's been many years since I played Knights of the Old Republic, but I want to say that the main character of the games ends up going. I don't know if it's Mandalore, but like you end up fighting a group of Mandalorians and like kind of seeing their culture.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's one of the games. I can't remember. It's been so many years.
Yeah.
I could nerd out on Star Wars all day, but
but I think that covers it for this episode. Anything else you want to mention, Shaun? Are we good here?
I mean, I was kind of looking forward to that Ocean Planet Karnak, but maybe we'll still go there.
That's right. So what do you think will be happening in the next time we join our companions here?
This prediction is a lot harder than the last one.
Okay. Yes, this is kind of because a cutting off point.
Yeah, we're at a point in the story. So I think the Mandalorians are going to try to find a new home for their enclave. Okay. I think he's going to have to scout ahead maybe and try. He has to kind of keep moving, but I think that he can kind of scout ahead while staying moving to find that overarching, home for the enclave so they can go back into hiding again. But I think it's a lot of running from people who want the child.
Yeah. I think because I was about to say is they made a lot of enemies that day. Not only our guy, but all the Mandalorians made a lot of enemies today. Which
is why they need to find a new home for their enclave. So
you could be onto something there. All right. Well, I think that does it for this episode of Fancy Duck Mandalorian. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.